PAX 8 Beyond 2025. What an event. Third year they've had it. I've had the great pleasure of being there for all three. This one was the biggest. It was over 3,400 total attendees, 2,400 partner registrations, like over 40 breakouts and over 40 education sessions. It was, the entertainment was fantastic. Snoop Dogg came out and performed. It was a really, really great event. Podcast was there, of course. We had a whole podcasters row. I think there was 10 of us. It was fantastic. It was done very, very well. I was able to, me and my team, we conducted 24 interviews, had 24 great conversations there in Denver. Gene Kim, surfboard, security, and staying operational. Enjoyed talking to Gene. I had the chance to meet him at Secure, ConnectWise Secure. How long have you been surfing?
Ooh, since I was a child.
Really?
Yeah. So, a few times when I was like 13, 14 years old, and then got much more into it over the last 10 years, I'd say.
So you didn't catch the bug then?
I did, and I was a regular beachgoer, but I didn't really go surfing as much. So,
Describe the culture. Describe what it's like to surf.
well, for me, it's very laid back, and my regular surf break is down in San Onofre State Beach. So it's a place called Old Man's. Fits my profile.
Come on.
So the break is a little bit slower, a little bit easier, just south of world famous Trestles. So one of the best surf spots in the world.
Wow.
And everyone's really friendly. Of course, you're going to have those guys that are going to paddle for every single wave and don't care if, you've been patient and waiting your turn. It's really more of a, pure athletic meritocracy, if it were.
Really?
Right? So, that occurs and can be frustrating, especially if you're old and out of shape like I am. But, that's why you try to get better.
Yeah.
Right?
And so you're still doing it now. When's the last time you surfed?
Probably about 2 months ago. I don't get to surf as much as I would like. Some of it is just, other hobbies. It's like, as my wife likes to say, I have way too many hobbies and not enough time. But it is one of those things that you truly, once you experience it, you never forget
That's
it.
what everybody
And
says.
it's, one of those things that get one with nature. Between sets, there's a lot of time to think about life, business, relationships, what you want to do and, whether you're happy or not, and what's going to make you happy, and just a lot of introspection, which I really like.
And you're off the grid. You don't have the phone with you.
I can't say that.
Really?
I can't say that because, half phone will travel, right?
You bring it with you. Wow.
I do because throughout my life I've been fairly, kind of a tabulator, right? Very metrics oriented.
I see.
You want to know how many waves I caught, right? And there are these apps now that capture
Really?
how many waves you caught, how long the wave was, how long you rode the wave for. So that's always fun to watch.
Wow.
And to see, I caught this many waves and that sort of thing. And then you can also locate where you surfed, right? So whether it's down in Mexico or other parts unknown that you'd like to go to. It's a cool way to keep track of those things.
Yeah, I'd love to try, but like you said, I'm afraid to try these kinds of things because then I'll love it and I'll spend too much time on it.
That's the trouble, right? That's the trouble. So, and then you're like, hey, if you're trying everything, are you going to be really good at anything?
Right.
But you have little spurts, right?
So we're here at PAX 8 Beyond Denver 2025. This event has got incredibly big. What are some of your goals this week?
Well, really, as the VP of Sales for the Managed Service Provider Program at Absolute, one of the biggest challenges that we have is brand awareness, right? People don't know who we are. As an organization, we've been in this world, formerly as CompuTrace, now as Absolute Security, for the better part of 35 years.
Wow.
And we have a long history in enterprise security. And unfortunately, we hadn't made that step down into the small to medium enterprise and small to medium market, business space. Our tools are enterprise class strength, and we're bringing these tools to enable, our partners to service their end customers, which in today's, very risky cybersecurity threat landscape, everyone needs, right? And so bringing these tools down to the lower end of the market, I think is great for us, and more importantly, great for our partners and customers.
What is it about, what's your experience with MSPs? What is it about?
So way back when, I'm going to date myself, before there was a thing called a managed service provider, it was called business process outsourcing, right? And so you would deliver services, and the big Indian companies were known for that. And, and for a lot of organizations, especially the largest corporations, they had these shared service models, right? Where they might have an IT organization servicing multiple business units. And then over the course of time, these organizations branched out into standalone business units, and great people left the organizations and started their own companies servicing smaller businesses. So in the BPO kind of managed service space, better part of 24 years.
Wow.
I've been where these partners have been, right? So I was the owner and a partner in a IT reseller, service provider business.
Wow.
We grew that from really nothing, just a couple of $100,000 in sales, to a global organization with operations in 5 countries, and exited successfully in a horrible time, 2009, right before the financial crisis. With private equity. So I know what partners go through. I know what it means to invest your profits, spend your diaper money back into the business, not take a paycheck in order to make sure that the families of your employees are provided for. So I know how important it is in the choices that they make from a technology perspective to partner with the right organization, to partner with a company that is going to be there for them, has the right support mechanisms, and has the right, processes to help them build their businesses.
So when MSPs are looking for a security partner, vendor, what questions should they be asking?
Well, first and foremost, I think they should be looking to see if it is going to be a value to their end customer, right? Is the product going to be something that is, one, that customers need? 2, is it easily deployable? Is it easily serviceable? Are there good margins associated with that? Are the attach rates in terms of services going to be high for them? And I think in today's day and age, especially in the SaaS model, there's much less service because the software providers are providing that. And so there has to be a low-cost component of that where the value-added services that they're adding from a service provider perspective in its entirety makes business sense, right? And then, of course, the after support, right? How they're going to be supported when, inevitably things go wrong. How responsive are we going to be, right? How are we going to back up our partners so that they can do what they need to do to fulfill their service levels with their customers?
What is it about the MSP community you like most, Gene?
Well, I like that it is a community.
Yeah.
I like that it's tight-knit. I really like that the reputation that you sow with one influential MSP or a group of influential MSPs can propagate throughout the community.
Certainly can.
I think, but more importantly, what I like is the impact that it makes on businesses. All of those organizations that don't have IT as within their DNA or have the resources to provide good protections for their customer, for their businesses, and the ability for MSPs to reach them, right? To offer the same level of service, because in this very, global environment now, from a business perspective, everyone needs the same level of protection and service from an IT perspective to be competitive, right? So that small beauty supply shop isn't just competing with the local group. Now they're competing with Amazon.
Right.
They're competing with, sellers all over the world. Their systems need to be up and running just like everyone else's do, right? If their, internet site or their devices crash, they need to be able to get back online quickly, just like the big boys do.
Sure
So
do.
I really like that we're making an impact, both in small and large organizations, and help those businesses be resilient in their capabilities to stay in business.
So I'm a former MSP, Gene, and I talk to MSPs daily, and three things that keep them up at night has been pretty consistent the last 5 or 6 years. First, being security. If their clients get attacked, how are they going to help them? They're going to allocate resources, their flat rate. They're probably going to be fired. They probably might be even sued. They're worried about it. Two will be human capital. If their techs leave, how are they going to replace them? How are they going to get new ones there? And third, generally they're tech-led. They're not good at some of the softer skills like sales and marketing. PE has poured hundreds of millions of thousands into the community. Their friends are selling their MSPs. How are they going to grow to help to be bigger and possibly more saleable? It seems like Absolute can help in all three.
Yeah, I think that we come to the table occupying a place where there's a lot of blue ocean, like specifically around our application persistence capabilities and our resilience capabilities that we offer. So, the ability to ensure that critical applications like the RMM, that is the heart and soul, that
Sure
along
is.
with the PSA, for service providers, make sure that those agents are up and running. Make sure that the MSPs can deliver the services that they need to deliver in order to fulfill the services to the customer. But also, and as important, because of our enterprise resilience, features within our tool, the ability to bring them back from the brink of, catastrophic failure, to be able to repair the blue screen of death when it occurs, and get them back operational in a mere hours versus days or weeks, is something that no one else in the market can do because of our hardware partnerships. Over 28 hardware manufacturers,
Wow.
over 600 million devices already have our capabilities embedded within the BIOS.
Wow.
And that creates this manageability that no one else in the market has. And so I think that managed service providers not only need to ensure that their core tools are up and running with our application persistence capabilities, but as you mentioned, their security tools, that stack needs to be up and running, right? You have to make sure that the EDRs, the virus protection, the the encryption tools are all operational, and our application persistence capabilities ensure that those tools, those core security tools, are up and running, right? Because we're going to be hardware enabled, we can't be disabled, and we're going to ensure that those applications are healed and running at 100%.
So your message to MSPs this week is what?
My message to MSPs would be grow your business and ensure that that your business is safe, and the tools that you use are safe. Help yourself by making your security stack that you provide to your customers, that they're operational, they're always going to be available, and if something does go wrong, we'll help you become fully resilient and bring you back into an operating state.
So cool. I know I met you last week and I gave you bad directions out
Yes,
there
you
in
did.
Orlando, but hopefully we made up for it now. I thank you. It was great meeting you. Anybody who's watching or listening want to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
They can go to our website, absolute.com/partners. Go to the MSP area and request information. You can always reach me at my email address, gkim@absolute.com. and be happy to respond and talk with you about our partner program and how we can help you grow your business.
Very good. And you're also on LinkedIn.
I am. And
Gene.
it is a LinkedIn Gene Kim 5.
Why 5?
5's my favorite number.
Yes. Very good.
It's a
Gene,
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.